Look, all I'm hearing is Roger's ready. Nope. We're ready? Good evening. Welcome to the regularly scheduled infrastructure committee. This is Wednesday, January 17th. It is a little past, well, not much. It's like 5:18. We have a short agenda tonight. Voting members are going to be Councilor Schaefer, Councilor Dean, Councilor Fournier, Councilor Leonard, and myself. I'm Suha, sitting in for Councilor Schaefer, who is here, but she's on Zoom, which makes it difficult to run the meeting. So with that, John?
All right, our first item is a modification to a contract that the city of Bangor has with DOT. This is a modification to a contract that we had with them back in 2017 for preliminary design services for improvements to the Broadway corridor. And those specifically were the on and off ramps at Broadway of I-95 ramps, so northbound and southbound intersections. It's kind of funny because the Broadway project is under construction right now. It's the bridge project. It also includes our safety improvement projects. DOT kind of, we had the two signal projects going in, DOT had the bridge project going in at the same time. We got money from a RAISE grant to do our project. DOT thought it would behoove everyone to create one large project and get it all done under one management with DOT managing it. So we're not really, you know, they let us give us progress reports and updates or process questions every once in a while, but they have our plans that were developed by Goral Palmer. So they're using this contract to basically get Goral Palmer to provide construction management services during the piece of work that's ours. And I think it was the easiest way to do it. So they dug up this contract from 2017, said we're going to add $75,000 to it so that we can have Goral Palmer provide those construction services. So the original contract for $100,000 didn't cost us anything. The new contract for $175,000 is not costing us anything. So I recommend that we go forward with it. Any questions or anything?
Any questions? Comments? None?
So we need
Do we have a motion?
to-
Yeah, we do.
So moved.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we move forward with this contract as amended. And if there is no objections, it will have passage.
Thank you.
Do you need to roll call because of me?
Oh, that's right, we do. Thank you.
Sorry.
We do have to do a quick roll call because your normal chair is on Zoom. Okay, Councilor Schaefer,
Yes.
Councilor Dean,
Yes.
Councilor Fournier,
Yes.
Councilor Leonard,
Yes.
and I am also a yes. So we do have passage. Super. The next item we have is Pickering Square.
Right, so that's a project you guys are all familiar with. The engineering department, mostly Jeff Davis, has been doing design for improvements to the small little triangle area that was left over from when we did the transit center. So we had a bunch of public meetings last year to kind of get input from it. We're planning on putting it out to bid the end of next month. So I guess we just wanted to give you guys an update before you saw what's, you know, the project's out to bid. No one said anything to us about it. So it's kind of like your opportunity to see it before it hits the newspaper. So Jessica's gonna do a quick overview of the
So-
project.
Just to reiterate what John kind of said, last year we spent quite a bit of time doing a public process with this. We had some design workshops. I created a survey that went out. We had little pop-up events with the help from Betsy and her team to try to get as much input as we could. And I took all that information, the results from the survey, our design charrettes, and came up. I had an initial concept and I took all that and came up with the final design, which is, and then I had a final meeting, I don't know, I think in end of May. So with the final design, And, we just didn't get it out to bid in time last year, so we're working hard to get it out this spring. But this final design hasn't changed since you last saw it, or some of you last saw it last year, but we just wanted to update everybody on what it is. And so what we're talking about, we've done quite a bit of work in the last 4 years, 5 years down there. We moved Pickering Square was, the circle here, we had the bus looped around, or actually looped around this way. The garage entrance was in this corner here. So buses, pedestrians, vehicles all converged in this one little spot. It wasn't a great design. The city had multiple iterations of where the bus could go. It was decided that we would be down here. And so we created the new transit center down here. We moved the vehicle entrance to the garage off of Water Street, and now the pedestrians just enter here. A little before when we were in the process of designing the transit center, engineering, we revised the landscaping in this little triangle area next to the Bangor Daily News building and this little courtyard. We also, rebuilt the bridge, the pedestrian bridge. And so the final phase is this leftover area here. And so we want to make the connection to the stuff we did in 2019, kind of tie into it with the Blue Swirl. I don't know if everybody remembers the Blue Swirl that starts Pickering Square. That's kind of like the unofficial gateway or path down to the waterfront. And then most people wanted to see an open space left there. Through the survey, there was a mix of if people wanted it hardscaped, with pavers or whatever, or actually keeping it green and a little more towards the green open space. So we tried to keep that the best we could. That's the main area of that. And right now, if you go down there now, there's quite a big green space. And actually, I'm down there all the time working with the transit center, and most people actually just want me to leave it how it is now, but I tell them, we have some good programming elements to put down
there. There was certain things that were brought up in the public meetings,
Yeah.
right? They wanted art display area,
public art.
They wanted somewhere that, like a band could perform or something, right? And have an area for like a small stage or something. So I'm thinking those were the big items, like
A gathering spaces, separate gathering spaces with benches, and the public art was the main theme that we heard throughout everything. And so, I came up with these two-sided art displays that we can line up on the edge there, and that we could program through different venues that people, I do have some concepts of what is probably likely going to go there. They're little art displays that can be, the tempered glass, they lock, but they can open up and you can, pull pieces in, pull pieces out, they can be lit at night. And so we'll have to work, right now, we'll provide the display cases, and then we'll work on program with the downtown folks, the Arts Cultural Commission and stuff like that. We'll just provide the
well, they know a
infrastructure
lot
now.
more than us.
Yes.
Could you bring up the seating areas? I just see the swinging benches, but the walls are for seating.
Yeah, so we do have, there'll be seating, this little hardscaped area here, there's a seating wall, but this little hardscaped area, we toyed with the idea of like Bryant Park has the movable tables and chairs. I should have brought the information I had last year, but we'll have different, I don't know if I have it with me. It's the little park benches and little park tables, like little bistro tables that are scattered around here. We have, areas for covered swings. And we have multiple areas just around that will be benches will be tucked away throughout the site. But people, you know, a big thing was people just want to go out and lay on the grass in the warm weather. I don't know if I would do that, but a lot of people do. But we also have this area up here that we never programmed in 2019, but we plan on providing seating up there, tables and chairs. So there'll be plenty of different seating spots here. We do have to work around some obstacles there. We had to put a transformer in for the transit center. This was the only place that we could. So, you know, we're strategically placing landscaping around.
And where would the bands be when they're?
So there are two locations that could happen. This is this hardscaped area here. There are panels on the outside. The goal is, you know, a small stage, portable stage could be brought in here, or they could just set up on the hardscaped area. And this is a lawn area that could be seated, you know, the blankets and the chairs can be brought into that.
Council Fournier, you had your hand up.
So the WIC, walkways, I think are great. And they go into that artwork area as well, is that?
Yes, these, so this little detail, that blue swirl,
Yeah,
it's just another connection. When we get into here, we're proposing in-ground LED lighting
yeah,
that goes to the art panels.
that's
You
great.
know, it's just an element that
That's
Should be
this element that
that's
we haven't
wonderful.
seen around here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate that. So how tall is the berm?
This berm,
Yeah,
3 feet, 2.5 to 3 feet tall. It's more just a barrier between the transit and the park itself. You'll be able to see through it. These trees are deciduous trees.
Yep.
So your eyes will be able to see through that. We're not going to create a physical barrier, a visual barrier. We want, you know, safety and security is all.
There is a
There's always a
decorative
key.
fence though running.
A
along the
decorative
back of the
fence so
sidewalk,
folks
right?
don't just run through there into the transit area.
so I think you've done a great job in collaborating all that information that's come in over the last year.
Yeah.
It looks good.
I think you did a good job with everybody. And we
Any
had,
other comment?
sorry, I'm kind of long-winded here.
No,
It's okay.
I'm just trying to get
It's good.
their eye to see if they have any comments. You keep talking.
So we're hoping to get this out to bid to contractors in the next few weeks, next month at least, and go from there and get it built this year. So, that's all I have.
Could it be built by summer?
It'll be
During
built by,
summer.
during
No.
the summer and fall,
We'll miss the
I
summer
anticipate,
season.
yeah.
Council Schaefer?
Thank
I
you.
know you
I
said-
think this is great. Having watched all this happen over the all the years I've been on council, really, and seeing it come in piece by piece by piece with the bridge and West Market Square and all of that. I just think it's cool to see this last piece. I feel like it's like putting a little bow on it and saying it's done. So I think it's great. I don't know if you need a motion or is it just an update?
Just
You
an
need a
update.
motion? Just an
No,
update?
it's just an update, but we do have another comment too.
Okay, well, so anyway, I think it looks great. Thank you for all the hard work and I'm excited to see it be complete.
Okay. Council Pelletier?
Thank you. Yeah, I agree. This looks really great, and I'm glad to see all of the different elements that we heard from the community incorporated into this, especially the public art. I'm curious about the in-ground LED lighting. Is that going to be something that gets turned on and off? Is it just sort of 24 hours a day? It has kind of a light glow to it, or what do you envision there?
I think it's gonna be set up on a photo eye, so on the desk it'll come on and that dawn it'll go off. Or we might be able to put it on timer. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but
That's
Does
neat.
go
I
up.
think it'll add a lot of visual interest to the space and draw people down there in the evening. So that's cool. Thank you.
Nice. So you said this is going out,
Probably
The
end of
bid?
February.
Okay.
Jeff says mid-February. I'm thinking end of February.
somewhere between?
Yes.
Okay. Any other comments? Questions? This is an update, so we don't have to
No.
really formally do anything, but Good job.
Yeah,
Looks
thank you.
nice.
That's all we got.
That's it. All right. Well, if there's no further business, we will adjourn the